Hello YouTube, Destroyer down here with my first deck of the month. I hope you like it. It's Spellcasters. It can beat Teodad, just so you know, and it kind of stands up to Lightsworn. If you build the right side deck, it should actually beat them. So I'm going to start with the monsters, then the spells and the traps, and blah blah blah. There we go, we've got 3 magical exemplars, so a 1700 monster. Its effect is each time spell card is activated, place 2 spell counters on it, and once per turn you can remove any number of spell counters from the card to spell summon a spell card type monster from your hand or your graveyard, whose level is equal to the number of spell counters you removed. So you can special summon the next monster I'm about to show you, which is 3 Knights End Sorcerer. Level 2 tuner monster with a 1300 attack, so it makes a good attack as well if you need it. But its effect is when it's special summoned, you can remove up to 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard. So you play 3 of them. 2, 3. And 3 Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. 1800 monster. Each time spell card sorry about that. And each time this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, you can move up to 2 monster cards from your opponent's graveyard from play. And as long as it's face up on the field, your opponent cannot remove any cards from either graveyard from play, so they can't activate their Malicious, and they can't use their Dark-Eyed Dragon's effect. Next 3 cards is 3 Skilled Dark Magician. It's a 1900 beat stick spellcaster. It holds spell counters, and what you do with this deck, you need Tempest Magician really. So with Tempest Magician you can use this as a beat stick, or you can use it to hold spell counters. So either way it makes a good monster for this deck. 2 Apprentice Magician. When it's successfully normal summoned, flips on special summons, place 1 spell counter on the face of that monster that you can put a counter on. If it's destroyed by battle, you can select 1 level 2 or lower spellcaster type monster from your deck and special summon it into the field in face down defense position. So you can either special summon the Knights End Sorcerer, or you can special summon the next 2 cards, which is 2 Old Vindictive Magician. It's a flip effect. When it's flipped, destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. And the last monster is obviously Breaker the Magical Warrior, just because it's spellcaster and it rocks. Especially as effect of take off a spell counter. When you summon it, you get a spell counter, so you take it off, destroy a spell trap on the field. For the spells, 3 Secret Village of the Spellcaster. So field cards. If you control a spellcaster type monster and your opponent doesn't, your opponent cannot activate spell cards. If you control no spellcaster type monsters, you can activate spell cards. But if your opponent's playing spellcasters, like in the Lightsworn deck, they can actually use their spell cards, which is a real terrifying experience because I've done that a couple of times. I've had no monster on my side of the fields, and they've summoned Lila or Luna or whatever you like. Yeah, Lumina or Lila, and because they're both spellcasters, they can start whacking out their spell cards. So we play 3 of them, and 1 Terraforming, which lets me search out Secret Village. 1 Smashing Ground, destroy a monster, and same with Fissure. 1 Brain Control, just in case you need to take control of monsters to synchro summon, or just use them to attack for the final attack. 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 Book of Moon. Before I was playing these, I was playing Shrink, and in place of the next two cards I was playing Burden of the Mighty, but it was working until a certain point, and then I found out that Strength never made good defence unless you have a monster, and some of the time you don't actually have a monster on the field, so I just took them out and side decked the Burden. So yeah, 2 Book of Moon and 2 Enemy Controller. Now for the traps, this is a really good, these first 2 cards are really good trap cards for this deck. 2 Magician's Circle. What it is, when spellcaster type monster attacks, or declares an attack, so not during the attack, but when it declares an attack, each player selects 1 spellcaster type monster from their deck with an attack of 2000 or less, and it's a special summon it in face out attack positions known as build. So what I do when I'm playing Lightspawn, I like to side these out because of their spellcasters. So the last thing you want to do is your opponent's special summoning their spellcasters so they can use their spells. So 2 of them. Then 2 Solemn Judgment, don't really need to explain them. 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. When your opponent summons a monster with attack 1500 or more attack, destroy and remove play the monster. Some people, I found out that some people have been making mistakes and trying to activate these on Stardust Dragon. The Stardust Dragon's effect can actually negate these. So just so you know. So you can't get away from these. 2-dimensional prisons. When the opponent's monster declares an attack, remove play the attacking monster. 1 Torrential Tribute and 1 Mirror Force. For the synchros, I've got, this is what I'm playing. You don't have to play like after these, but this is what I've decided on playing. You definitely need these first 2, Tempest Magician. When it's synchro summoned, place 1 spell counter on it. Once per turn you can discard any number of cards from your hand to place 1 spell counter on monsters or monsters you control for each card you discarded. You can remove the spell counters on the field to inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each spell counter removed. So that's where Skilled Dark Magician comes in, and Magical Exemplar. Because they have the counters, you can just go nuts on discarding and just turn this deck into a burn deck. You've run 2 of them. 2 Gaia Guardian. 2 Iron Chain Dragon, just because I like it so much. 2 Black Rose Dragon. 2 Stardust Dragon. 2 Red Dragon Archfiend. And 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend. So that's the synchros. Then for the side deck, I've got 2 DD Crows. 2 Legendary Jiu-Jitsu Master. 2 Burden of the Mighty. 2 Twisters, because most Lightspawn decks play Royal Decree, and that pretty much halts this deck sometimes, especially if you've not got no spellcaster that. You've got the spells and traps laid down, they play Royal Decree, you cannot activate the spell cards if you have the field card open, so that always helps. 2 Compulsive Evacuation Device. 2 Threatening Roar. 2 Divine Wrath for the JD, and 1 Magic Cylinder. But what I also don't mention is with the Twister, always you have to wait to get spellcasted to field card out, so yeah, that just messes up. I hope you like what with the deck. I've got to help my mate with it because it's based around his deck, so I hope you like it. See ya.